You know, some of y'all probably wonder, if he's legally blind, if he's visually impaired, how in the world does he do something like cut grass? It's real simple. I don't use a riding lawnmower. I use this, a push mower. So my feet feel wherever I need to be next. God has given me that good sense to know that. I don't need, just like Mater on that Cars movie, I don't need to worry about more where I'm going. Just need to remember where I've been. Sometimes I end up stepping in ant beds, as you can see by my feet. But you know, my parents used to tell me all the time, you can do whatever you put your mind to. They also used to tell me, son, you cannot use your disability as a crutch. And you know, I used to wonder why God made me the way I am. I used to wonder that, and I used to hear people, my Sunday school teacher or whatever, that say, well, that's because you can use your disability to tell people about God. At the time and the age I was, I didn't understand none of that. And I'm like, how is that even possible? That doesn't make any sense. But now that I'm older, see, that makes all the sense in the world. I look at all the things I've been blessed to be able to do. Not only do I live on and take care of my family's land the best I can, but I've been blessed enough to be able to referee in the wrestling business a couple years. I help build handicap ramps. I go on mission trips with my church. Yeah, even if I don't do nothing but tote some boards and dig some holes, I'm happy. At least I'm doing something. And maybe you, that's what position you're in right now. Maybe that's what position you're in. You think that just because you are going blind, or you've lost a good bit of your vision, or because you were born blind or legally blind or totally blind or whatever, maybe you think that just because people at school tell you that you can't do anything, maybe people at school make you think you're worthless. Maybe people, maybe your neighbors or whoever makes you feel bad about yourself. But let me tell you something. Don't think that just because you are disabled that you can't do anything. I can name you a few singers that are totally blind that have done very well for themselves. Look at Ronnie Millsap. You sing a song called Smoky Mountain Rain. Famous singer. You know that man has a dorm named after him at the Governor Moorhead School for the Blind. That's in Raleigh, for those of you who don't know, in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's another singer, Stevie Wonder. Maybe you've heard of him. Man plays the piano and he sings, and he's totally blind. I used to see him on TV, and I used to look at him and I said, Mom, that guy's wearing sunglasses playing the piano. She said, well, son, he's totally blind. And look at him, he's playing piano and he's singing. That shows you can do stuff as well. I'll tell you another famous singer and musician, Ray Charles. Again, plays the piano and sings. One of my favorite classical/opera singers, Andre Bocelli. Man's got a wonderful voice. Totally blind, again. And that's just musicians. I'm pretty sure there's visually impaired people that have done other things. But like I said, the stuff I've been blessed enough to do, like refereeing in the wrestling business, helping build handicap ramps for my church, even used to help take care of my grandma, used to take care of horses and ride horses. I play video games. A lot of you know that. Yeah, actually entered in my first video game tournament last year as of the recording of this video. And, you know, I got my butt kicked, but thing is, I did it. It was I mean, yeah, I am pretty good at video games despite my vision as well. However, playing an unfamiliar game that you haven't ever played, that's but anyway, you know, don't think that just because you're disabled that you can't do nothing. Don't think just because you have a visual impairment that you can't do anything in life. But yeah, even if you don't receive your sight on this earth, like blind Bartimaeus in the Bible, remember him when Jesus healed him and gave him his sight? He was born blind. And Jesus healed him of his sight. But just because you don't receive your sight here on earth, don't worry, because there you'll receive it in heaven. If your name's in the Lamb's Book of Life, you'll receive it there. And you know, if nobody's told you today, God loves you and I love you. Y'all take care. Y'all have a very blessed day.